Good morning, everyone. This is Tony from Her Homestead Skills, and this morning I decided that, well, I still have lots of apples left. And since we really enjoyed that apple pie and I have a few for the freezer, I've decided that I'm going to make some apple crisp with the balance. Well, maybe not even the balance. Maybe there'll be still some left over. But I'm going to use the same shredded apple recipe because that was so awesome. It is a lot of work, but I'm going to make a big batch and freeze them so that they'll be accessible to me whenever I want them as a dessert. And my son has been after me. He noticed that I was going out for apples that day and he said, "Oh, apple pie, Mom?" I said, "Sure." So I'll either be giving him one of my small pies or an apple crisp, see which ones he prefers. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to make my apple crisp with oats and pecan toppings, I'm going to start off with, and I'm going to do a double recipe here. So I'm going to use 1 cup of pecans, and they should be toasted. So we'll start off with that first. And I'm just going to quickly lay these out on a sheet of parchment paper and put them in my oven. And I've got the broiler on, so I'll just have to watch these very carefully. So, first things first. Okay, after that, the other ingredients we want, and as I said, this is doubling, so with a single recipe, it would have been half a cup of pecans toasted and chopped, so we're going with a full cup. So 1 cup of quick oats, and I've got, which means 2 cups for me. So I've got some left over in a jar. So cup number 1, and almost cup number 2. We'll open up the second jar. Oh, which I had vacuum sealed. Pretty well, actually. Okay. So 2 cups of the quick oats. And yeah, you want the quick oats for this. You don't want the ones that take a long time to cook. So 1 full cup of brown sugar. And because I cannot fit a cup in this, I'm going to do it in increments of 1/4 cup, so 4 of these. And 4. And then we want a cup of all-purpose flour. I had made up some orange extract, so I think I'm going to add that, but I'm going to wait until after some of this is mixed up. And then wait until my almonds are toasted and cut up. And I'm going to check on those now. Okay, I have decided to add the zest of an orange. Right. Okay, I've got my toasted pecans out of the oven, and now I'm just going to chop them. Now, you can use walnuts as well. I didn't have any walnuts. I looked around for them. I figured that walnuts might be a good bet here, but that's fine. Pecans work as well. I'm going to add this to this mixture. Now, that's all our dry ingredients. And mix this up thoroughly. And now I'm going to use my cheese grater again to grate the butter. And that just helps to mix it all up nice and fine. here is where I'm going to add just a touch of my orange extract. Okay. Perfect. See how that resembles coarse little nuggets. Now I'm just going to put this in the refrigerator until I have everything else ready. And this will just be crumbled and put on top of the apples. Okay. Okay, so once again, I have washed all my apples. And as you can see, they're in the sink. I've got a bucket with lemon water to put the peeled apples in. I've got another 1 gallon jug for the scraps to make more vinegar. And we're going to remove the cutter again from my apple peeler core cutter. I had put it back on, but want to remove it and put it aside so that we don't peel and core. We don't core and slice. We are just going to peel these apples. And let's see if I can set this up where it's comfortable for me. There we go. And so I'm going to go through that process again. And I'll show you the first few, but after that, there's quite a few apples here. I don't know how many of them I plan to do at this point, but I'll do what I can. So there we go. We're peeling. And into the bucket of lemon water to keep it from not browning too much. And yeah, the idea is to put these on as straight as possible. And I also bought some Gala apples, and I'm going to add this to the mix as well. So we've got 3 different varieties here. And as you can see, the peel is starting to add up. Okay, definitely putting my mixer to work today. And I'm going to add now the eggs and the butter to this mixture. And I have tripled this recipe. I'm going to comment on exactly how much of each for a single recipe. But because of the amount of apples that I had, I decided to triple this recipe. And I did pick up some aluminum foil dishes to be able to store them in that and freeze them. So I'm going to let this run now for a while and mix it all up. Okay, this is the mixture that goes with the shredded apple. And the ingredients are 1 1/4 cup granulated sugar. And I like to do half and half. Half white sugar, half brown sugar. 1/2 cup of salted butter. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I've added a little bit more than that. I like my nutmeg. A pinch of salt, 2 large eggs, and 6 medium medium apples. And I've got a lot more than 3 medium apples, and I've got a lot more than that, so I have tripled this recipe. Anyway, I'm going to mix this all up, and we'll get back to you in a little while. Okay, we're almost there. I've got my bucket for scraps to put the cores in when they're done. I've decided this time around that the shredded apples are going to go into some water with lemon juice, and I will strain that out real good before we add the other mixture in. And I've got all my apples here all ready to be shredded, and I've got quite a bucket full here. So got quite the job ahead of me, and here we go. Okay, at this point I'm straining the apples that have been grated, and I'm going to fold them into this mixture. Now I don't know if this Mixer can handle the amount of apples, but we'll start off with that and see if we have to move it into a different pot. Okay, I'm gonna continue along and add some more to this. Actually, it would have been easier by hand than what I thought. Okay. Make sure that the mixture is evenly mixed. And now I'm going to go get my containers. I also have one pie shell left over from when I made the pies. Don't know if I'll need it. Well, maybe I'll use that one first. Okay, now I've brought out the crumble that I've made. And I had put in the refrigerator and it's nice and cold. So I'm just going to make sure it's all crumply. Oh yes, and of course I have these aluminum covers for these, so just put them on. And then I probably should have put the directions on these covers before I did this, but since I didn't, I will probably just add a sticky label now to this so that I know what they are and how to deal with it. So that's 3 done. And of course the pie will get shrink wrapped once it's completely frozen. Okay, that's it for now.